I'm Kevin Anderson. I'm Professor of Energy and Climate Change here at the University of Manchester. And most of my work is on translating the science and the engineering around climate change into what that means for policymakers, what that means for industry, for businesses, and for civil society, for all of us that are concerned about issues of climate change. Well, it's not so much just one single project, it's a suite of things that I work on. So much of my work, as I said before, is trying to look at what the science is telling us, but then say, well, what does that mean for how we're going to live modern society, contemporary society? So what does that mean for our energy system? What does that mean for how we heat our homes, for how we drive, how often we drive, our forms of mobility, how much we should engage with other parts of the world in terms of transporting goods around the world? So it's really almost energy touches every facet of our lives. So anywhere where we are using energy, then that's really my area of concern. So it's not just about energy supply on, say, whether it's nuclear or shale gas or renewables, that's important, but it's also on what we do with that energy in our homes, in our industries, in our businesses, in our universities. Well, my big concern with Paris, Paris is where we had these international negotiations where the global community came together. In fact, almost all world leaders joined the event in Paris to say what their particular countries would do to help resolve issues of climate change. My job there is to bring to that debate some sort of scientific reality, some engineering understanding, because there's a lot of political enthusiasm, rhetoric, and some might say hot air. But I think really we need to ground that in what we do in universities. We need to have it has to be evidence-based, it has to be in keeping with the science, not just the physical science and the engineering, which of course is really important, but also the other suite of social sciences. So a lot of my work is to engage, though I'm a mechanical engineer with a background in the petrochemical industry actually, I also have to engage a lot with social scientists to say, well, how do people change their behaviour? Why do people do the things that they do? So it's not just about the technology, it's about allying that with how we do the things that we do. And I need to bring all of that together and try to inform the process in Paris to make that a more thorough, a more viable approach for trying to deal with this a huge challenge that we are facing now with ever rising emissions and increasing temperature. Certainly we are changing the tenor of the debate. We have a long way to go. There's lots of enthusiasm for trying to do something about climate change. What we have at the moment is really a lack of real deep action. And that's at every level, not just at the government level, right down to institutional level and even to us as individuals, to us as climate scientists indeed. So I think we are informing that debate. We are seeing some changes right across all of those tiers. We have a long way to go.